I'm so excited. First sales training of 2013. I was trying to figure out where to go and what to do, and for some strange reason, the Sound of Music popped into my mind, and all I could hear was, when you read, you begin with A, B, C. When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi. And I thought, my lands, what is Do, Re, Mi of sales? And I promise you, there is a much, much, much better answer to this. But what came to my mind was kind of fun. Yes, it's a push. Yes, it's a stretch. I hope it helps you. I personally despise acronyms. Can't stand them. Hate the things. Probably rebellion against my brother who loves the things. So you can deal with family issues later. But that said, I came up with one, and we're going to use it. We're going to have a little fun. I'm going to go quick. If it helps you to come up with things in your head, outstanding. If it doesn't, thank you for watching. I hope you at least get something off the side. But the basics for today, the Do, Re, Mi of sales is smile and close. Smile and close, baby. We're going to go over what it all means. Number one, smile as we break it down. For our beautiful little S is setting. Have a good setting. Have control of your situation. If you're meeting at the house, look good, look professional, look to fit the mood you're in, the personality you're in, the client you're meeting. Control the setting. If they come in your office, which I always advise, have a controlled setting. Have it organized. Don't be chaos. Be professional. Have the setting put forth what you are trying to convey. Very simple, very important, the setting. Next, meet. Meet and greet. How do you meet someone? How do you shake their hand? How are they greeted at the door? This matters. There's the old saying, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. First impressions are everything. Yada, yada, yada. Guess what? Absolutely true. You can overcome them. People that try to say, oh, you only... Whatever, shut up. You can always overcome them. However, why overcome something when you can make it your positive? Why have to make the boy understand you're a beautiful, intelligent, attractive woman versus having to make him understand instead of discussing it slob when you could have just had him see it in the first place? You don't meet, your wife doesn't go to church and her sweats as a rule are rough. You look good. You're making good impressions. You don't meet and greet people at the bank looking like a bank robber. You look like a professional banker. You get my point. Meet matters. How you meet them, that first impression is huge. Next, the I is interest. If I misspell words, you know I'm not good at that. Be interested in them. They meet you, they're judging you instantly. Your appearance, your voice, your handshake, everything else, your setting. But once that is passed, the very next thing they want to know, what's the old Zig Ziglar saying? People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Have interest in them. Be interested in them. Make it genuine. And you want to know something? You should be. You should genuinely be interested in them. This is somebody talking about buying a product from you. Unless you're just a con man, you really should care. You should care about them. You should care that they get what they want, what they need in a quality fashion, that yours is the best product for them, yada, yada, yada. Have interest in them. And guys, it shows. Paying attention. Side note of this, and it is very much a part of interest. The L. Listen. Listen to them. People like to talk about themselves. People will share everything about themselves, stuff they never dreamt they would, stuff they shouldn't have from a negotiating standpoint because they want to. Because a billion reasons. They're lonely. Nobody listens to them. They don't get to talk. The reality is all of us live at some level in our own world. You can't not be, because your head is the only place your thoughts truly go on. Thus, at some level, even the lowest of us with self-hate also has self-love. We think we're the most interesting person in the world. Wow, how brilliant are you that you realize it? You want to know who the smartest person in the world is? And I'm dead serious, especially right now. Any given moment, that moment right now. You want to know who the smartest person in the world is? It is the person that is standing in front of you that realizes you're the smartest person in the world. That is. Holy cow, she's listening to me. She must be a genius because she realizes how brilliant I am. Holy cow, he's listening to what we have to say. This guy's so smart because he finally realizes how brilliant we are. Strokes ego, gives you information, gets them on your side. Everything, people. Listen, listen, listen. And listening shows interest. The last, and this matters huge. I know I'm going to misspell this. Correct it yourselves. Enthusiasm. Be enthusiastic. You don't know how to do all of these and still not be respected for it? Is listen like this. Or listen like this. Enthusiastic. Be excited about it. Sell it. It's real. You go on a date with a girl and you listen to her and you're happy and all this stuff. Man, she's pumped. But if you're not enthusiastic about it when she's telling you about her life, it's a bigger insult. It's like, oh, this guy just wants something else from me. He just wants my money. He just wants. No, be enthusiastic. Be excited. Listen. And be enthusiastic as much as possible non-verbally. And I don't mean voice inflection because I view voice inflection as, relatively speaking, being a non-verbal form of communication. Because it is part of the words themselves, because you can talk like this and communicate with the words, but you're not having the proper voice inflection. Enthusiasm, bright eyes, smile, leaning forward, body language that shows you're listening. Is your hand on your chin? Are you here? Is it involved? Are you leaning forward? Think of what your body's showing. When you have them, make sure you get their body flowing along. I had a client earlier this week, and I know my friend Yeager disagrees with me on this because he likes to say sometimes cauliflower's cauliflower, whatever. But got a presentation with a couple, and it's going great. Everything's right. Everything's being said right. Everything's nice. But I couldn't get the husband to quit doing this. Now, it's possible that the man just has sore shoulders and a big belly, and that's the most comfortable way for him to sit. But I took it as he's closed off at some level. I got to find out what it is. I kept talking to him, kept flowing through him. I won't bore you with whole details, but finally by the end, I had him at least sitting like this and leaning on the table and like that, or just doing one arm like this, opening up, letting go of the defense. You have to read theirs and try to pull it out. Likewise, you have to show it. Your voice inflection when you speak, your enunciation when you speak. Hopefully you don't spit like I do sometimes. But how you do these things matters. Enthusiasm is huge. The first part of sales, and honestly, this is sales, is smile. And you can take it as simple as, what would all that mean? Is smile? I'll just smile. Smile. Smiling fixes a lot of these. Smiling sets a setting. It is done at a meeting. It shows interest. It means you're not talking, so you are listening, and it shows enthusiasm. It really is a pretty cool little acronym and flows along. Now let's go to the second half. Close. First off, because give me a good closer every time over a good salesperson. This is a little off the track where we're supposed to be, but it's truth, guys. I've met a million great salespeople. Charismatic, fantastic, excellent, that people buy the inferior product because the great salesperson can't close. By that I mean a liner. In the car business, furniture business, big ticket sales, they will actually have different stages of salespeople. They will have the liner, which is very good at all of this stuff, at getting people excited, knowledgeable product, cover and everything. But the liner usually is such a people pleaser, they're scared to death to ask for the sale because there may be a no or rejection somewhere in there. So those places then turn them over after the people have been lined up for the sale to the closer, which is a hard person that comes in, little boom, boom, brings it, shuts the door, makes it go down. Closing is more important. I love sales. Those of you good at it, most of you actually enjoy the sales side as well. A lot of people that think, oh, I'm a terrible salesperson, love sales. They hate closing. Closing is the conflict time. So we are trying to go over a minor and acronym of what to do when you close. Part of this, again, if all you remember is smile and what was that, close? Close. Go to it. I'll even go to the end here. Ask for the sale. That's all closing really is. But our C, create. Create an opportunity for them to buy. Create a situation where they can buy. Have their questions answered. Give them the chance to purchase. Part of asking for the buy is giving them the opportunity to buy. Create a situation where that can happen. Have contracts. Have answers. You know how hard it is to sign a contract in the middle of a field when you can't even print them because they're back at your office? You know how hard it is to sign a contract with a client that doesn't have a check? Or to sign a contract with somebody that doesn't know if their financing can go through? If there's a question on financing, well, let's just call the lender right now. Let's go ahead and get that answered. Heck, I'll even step out of the office so you can tell them your confidential information. Create an opportunity to buy. In other words, get rid of their excuses. If they have excuses, they don't have an opportunity to buy. If you don't like excuses, use the word objections, whatever you want. And if you don't like those because they're negative and they imply I'm manipulating somebody, then stick with this one. Create an opportunity for them to buy. Have answers if you prefer. If it's not an objection, it's a question they have. Have answers so they can be in this situation. Next is lead. Lead them to a situation where they would want to say yes. Guide them down that path. People are wanting to say yes, just nobody ever takes them there. Lead them down the road of that. For example, I don't know if my credit's good enough, but everything else is good. I got a checkbook. I got enough money to get started. I've got my land I like. I just lead them there. Well, let's find out. Guide them to that path, because part of the assumption there is once I've got this answered, we're moving forward to signing a contract. Next, options. You're here to serve them. You're here to get away. You know what that means usually? Options. Options are greater service to the client. Options are better for them. It doesn't give a closed box. The other thing it does is people want to say yes, but they don't want to feel threatened. They don't want to feel locked in. They don't want to feel trouble. You know what they want? They want to know A, B, A, C. And it is a billion times easier close. Easiest close in the world is, do you want to do this or do you want to do this? Would you rather write the check now and then go see the lender? Or would you rather sign the agreement and see the lender and bring back the check tomorrow when we meet with the designer? Would you rather I bring the designer in today? Or would you rather meet with him in a couple days when you've done another plan? Would you rather... Give them options. And you know what the beauty of an option is? They ought to answer.
Either or.
Exactly. Either or. Would you rather do this or this? Isn't no, no. If you get no, no, wow, man, you better drop way back here real quick, because they just told you ain't leading them down the right path. But, well, I'll go, nothing bad about it, nothing threatening about it, nothing hard. If the answer is no, no, you go, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, hey, I wasn't trying to pressure. And you're not, because you just learned you got to go back to the start here. Options. Next. Say. You got to ask for the sale. I'm playing with acronyms. I know it's a stretch. I wish it was an A. I wish it was CLOI, but it's close, so we're going with it. Say. Say will you buy? You gotta ask for the sale. Even if you do it in options, even if you do another, there's a point where you gotta. Everyone knows this. You wanna know how I know it? Even if you are the slowest, the people almost have to beg you to take their business. You're the mediocre salesperson on line them out, and you're the worst closer in the world. You're only getting 1 out of every 20 deals you should because you're scared to death to ask for the sale. Even if you're that guy and they got to come and say, please let me sign with you. Even those clients, you got to ask them for the check. Something weird happens at the check day where they don't want to give it up. You got to ask. Believe it or not, asking for that check in your case is your close. There's closes throughout life. I'm not going to go down that path. That's a whole different one. But you have to say it. You have to ask for it. And you have to ask with a little bit of confidence. You can't say it unconfidently. You can't, well, you know, is a check maybe, well, no. We're at that point. I need a good check from you. Here's your invoice. I need to close. Hey, you ready to sign? Here's the agreement. Let's go over it. You've got to say it. You got to say it confidently. And you know why? Because that is the end of today's speech. Expect. I cannot stress that enough. Expect them to sign. Expect them to say yes. Expect. How can you not? How can you not expect that answer? How can you not expect them to sign? You've done everything. You have, and we'll shift over a little bit. You have met them. You have truly been interested in what they have. You have listened to their needs and enthusiastically responded. You have come over and created an environment where they can be comfortable. You have led them and answered all their objections. You know that the product we are offering and the options we have is absolutely the best choice in the world for them. You have asked them to sign. My gosh, why would they not? How can you have done all that and not expect them to sign? And yet this kills more sales than anything in the world. The number of sales that die because of the insecurity and the non-expectation is shocking to me. The shock should be if they say no. Holy cow, are you kidding me? Well, that's like going to somebody and going, hey, I got an $80,000 car. Dealership went bankrupt. The bank just wants it gone. They're going to let it go for 40. I like you so much that I'm going to let you have it for 30, and I'm going to write another one up at 10. $80,000 vehicle, 30 grand. You came in here to buy the $60,000 one anyway, 460. Do you want to do it? If they say no, I mean, you're just going to kind of lay on the ground and go into fits because how? That's where you should be. It should be so, you just expect it. Now, true, higher end sales, strong runs and everything, sometimes it's really not lined out as perfectly and everything. You want to know something? That matters even more in those situations than the other, because the confidence of you is what they're putting their faith in. I don't care what you are selling. The people are buying you. And they are buying you from a level of trust. Smile and close is all a matter of getting them to understand you have their back. They can trust you. And that, my friends, is where they put their money. Hope this helped. I had fun writing it. If it didn't, God bless you for lasting however long you did. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.